Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Math Wars, Episode 2, Area of Triangles. We're going to go ahead and get started. This time you're going to be using the same graphical organizer as the last lesson, graphical organizer number 3. This is Area of Triangles, and you will be working on side 2. Remember that you will need the reference sheet for 6th grade, and your objective is, as a student, you should be able to calculate the area of a triangle. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. There is an area for you to put the formula at the top of your graphic organizer. The formula for the area of a triangle, you have it on the reference sheet. However, you also need to make sure you write it down. You need to get in the habit of area equals 1/2 the base times the height. Okay, which simply means 1/2 times the base times the height. We're going to use that the entire time. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. We got the first one right here. Example number 1. First thing we're going to do is we're always going to write down the wonderful formula. So area equals, oops, that's not going to work. Area equals 1/2 times the base times the height. Now the base is what it's sitting on, which is the bottom. So we're going to say the area equals 1/2 times 5 3/10 times 4 2/10, which is 4 2/10. Alright, that's the height. So we're going to go ahead and plug those in. You can put those into your calculator. If you do so, you will get a number of area equals 11 13/100ths, and we need our label, which is feet squared. Remember, square area is always squared. There you go. That's the first one. Look at that. Okay, moving on. Next one, example number 2. This one we have, once again, decimals. Our formula, area equals 1/2. Okay, this should be a review for you. 1/2 times the base times the height. Go ahead and plug the numbers in. 1/2 times 7.1 is the base, and our height is how tall it is, which is 6 2/10. We're going to go ahead and plug those in. We've got 0.5 times 7.1 times 6.2, and you should get a number of 22 100th meters squared. So 22 100th meters squared, or 22.01 meters squared. Alright, example number 3. Okay, this one, once again, our formula for this one is area equals length times, 1/2 times the base times the height. Man, Mr. Williams was trying to do a rectangle that time. That wouldn't work. Here we go. Area equals 1/2 times, this is our base down at the bottom, 10.1. And the next one is our height, which happens to be in the center. Okay, you can always tell that the two numbers you use, because if they ever give you a third number in this, you always want to use the one where the squared sign or the 90-degree angle sign shows up. Okay, so when you see the right angle, you always know that those are the two numbers you're going to use. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and multiply that by 5.4. Okay. And if we go ahead and do that, plug that into your calculator, and if you do that, you should get a number of area equals 27.27, and we need our label, which is inches squared, ladies and gentlemen. That is your second one. Alright, we have one more example. Example number 4, go ahead and plug in. You need to plug in your formula. Area is 1/2 times the base times the height. The next thing you need to do is plug in your numbers. Okay, 12.2 millimeters is going to be our base, because that's what it's sitting on today. Area equals 1/2 times 12.2 times 11 1/10. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and do that. If you do it, you should get a wonderful number of 67 71/100ths millimeters squared. So 67.71 millimeters squared. Ladies and gentlemen, those are your 4 examples. Right now, you need to do these 3 for independent practice. Go ahead and pause the video, do them, and then when you get your answers down, go ahead and resume the video. I'll go over them really quickly, and you may do that right now. Pause it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and get started on this first one. You should have had area equals 1/2 times the base times the height. If you would have plugged in the numbers, you would have area equals 1/2 times 3.2 times 8.5. If you did all of that, you should get an area of, I'm going to put it inside that box, 13.6 inches squared. Okay, you got 13.6 inches squared. All right, we're going to go ahead and do the next one. You should have, first of all, Mr. Williams cannot speak tonight. You should have the wonderful formula plugged in. Area equals 1/2 times the base times the height. And our base for this one is 4.3, so we have area equals 1/2 times 4.3. And those of you that can't remember, if you don't know, 1/2 is the same thing as 0.5. It might be easier to put in your calculator than trying to plug in that wonderful number, times 5 and 6/10. If you do that, you multiply all those together, you're going to get area equals, we'll go ahead and put it in the box, 12 and 400ths, we need our label, millimeters squared. Okay, and that's your answer to that one. Alright, the last one, I'll show you this one a little bit differently because I just did tell you that 1/2 equals 0.5. So area equals 1/2 times the base times the height. We haven't gotten into converting fractions to decimals yet, but 1/2 is the same thing as 0.5. So I'm going to go ahead and write that in there. 0.5 times 6.8, okay, times 3.5 should give you a number of 11 and 9/10 centimeters squared. Ladies and gentlemen, that's your calculator. Remember, half can be written as 0.5. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, your exit ticket, pretty easy. You have these three to do. These three, when you are done with them, show them to Mr. Williams. Make sure he's got it done. Make sure you've got them correct. If he does, you'll be able to work on your worksheet. Remember, you do have the opportunity to use your calculator. We're out.